Hi guys, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I'm Kishore and today I'm going to solve a classic Sudoku for you guys. This Sudoku was created by Fryer and has been taken from the Discord server of CTC. As we can see, the Sudoku is the givens of the Sudoku resemble the shape of a cat. Neat, right? Beautifully placed givens. So if you want to try this Sudoku out yourself, the link to solve is given in the description of the video, and the author has captioned this Sudoku the perfect Sudoku, PURRFECT, not the perfect but the perfect Sudoku. So, and for solving we'll prefer the colorless version. You're going to solve without the color, and so we'll get on to the Sudoku now. The rules of the Sudoku are simple, normal, classic rules. Each row, column and 3 by 3 box will have digits from 1 to 9 without any repetitions. Before we start to solve, if you haven't subscribed to the channel and if you're regularly watching our videos, the least you can do to support us is by hitting the subscribe button. We would really appreciate if you help us, grow the channel by subscribing to us. And this is the only way you can show us that you are enjoying the videos that we are putting out on a daily basis. The more we see you subscribe, the more we'll be motivated to put out more videos. So kindly subscribe to the channel. So let us start the Sudoku now. Okay, I see 4 in row 5 and row 6, so which means 4 goes in one of those two cells. Okay, there are only 2 given 4s in the grid, so I don't think 4s are going to help us much. So in this Sudoku, I think it would be maybe a better strategy to look at columns or boxes which are having lots of givens, because the givens of the Sudoku are shaped in differently, right? So you can't you use givens to write pencil marks like this. So let us start by looking at this column: 4, 6, 8, 9, 1 and 7. Remaining digits are 2, 3, 5. 3 cannot be in this cell, 3 cannot be in this cell, so 3 goes here. Let me put the 3 there. So that's a 3, and which means these two cells must be 2, 5 for the column, which can be resolved immediately. So that is a 2 and that is a 5. So now you guys might have understood what I was referring to when we can start by looking at columns, because this column gets quickly filled, right? And that would surely help us in solving the Sudoku. Okay, column 4 and 6 have 7 as givens, so which means 7 must go in one of these two cells. Okay, I don't think 7s are going to help anymore, so I'll just shift my attention to 6s maybe. 6 in column 8, 9, so 6 goes in one of these two cells, and because of that 6, we can get a 6 immediately here, and that gives 6 in one of these two cells. So I'll try to keep my solve as structured as possible without shifting here and there. So the sixers, the continuation with the sixers seems to stop here. You can't use the sixers meaningfully. So maybe let us look at this row followed by this box, because you have 5 givens each in row 9 and box 9. So I have 1, 3, 9, 2, 5 and 6 as pencil marks. So these two cells can only be 4, 7 and 8. So I have 8 here, so that's not 8. And I have 4 here, so that is not 4. Okay. So something to remember here is 7 in row 9 goes into exactly one of these two cells. Maybe that will be combining with a potential X-wing later on. So just remember that 7 is in one of these two cells. 1, 3, 9, 2, 5 and 7. So these two cells will take the candidates 4, 6 and 8. And now maybe we can look at this box: 3, 6, 9, 2 and 5. Remaining digits are 1, 4, 7, 8. These two cells can't take a 7, so they must be 1, 4, 8. And this can't be 8, so that's 1, 4, 7. And now where do we start by looking at This is a fantastic Sudoku, guys. I mean, it's really marvelous that there are lots of vacant spaces in the grid which hardly contain anything, and yet this Sudoku has a unique solution. This is really marvelous, and to cap it off, the givens resemble the shape of a cat. Really nice. And by the way, this is a live solve, so I have no idea how this Sudoku is going to go. So you have 1, 2, 3, 7 here, and 5 and 9 here, which means these two cells must be 4, 6, 8. So that must be 6, 8. That must be 4, 8. And 3 goes in one of these two cells because 3 can't be here, 3 can't be here. So 3 goes here, right? And maybe we can continue by looking at the 3. So 3 goes in one of these 3 cells in column 5. 3 cannot be in row 1. So 3 goes here. And is there any meaningful continuation with the 3s? Okay, in box 7 you can place a 3, right? So 3 goes here. There is no other cell which can take a 3. Box 6 has 3 cells, these 3 cells, so I'm not going to make a pencil mark there. And there are quite a few cells that can take a 3 here. So let's stop with the 3s now. So I think we can pencil mark 5 in box 1. It has only 2 cells left. We can just mark a pair like this. Okay, again 5 in box 6 has only 1 cell left, guys. So that's really nice. So you can't have 5 here, you can't have 5 here, you can't have 5 here. So that gives a 5 here. And we can also get a 5 in box 8. There is only 1 cell left, so 5 goes here. And which means that 5 goes in one of these 2 cells. And that leaves us exactly 2 5s to resolve, which can't be resolved now, but maybe later. So how do I continue here? I have a 9 in row 5 and row 6. That gives 9 in one of these 2 cells. And because of this 9, we can get a 9 here. Nice. The Sudoku is like trickling for now. One by one we are getting the digits. And so far it has been a really pleasant solve. So 9 is in column 7, 9. So 9 goes in one of these 2 cells. Okay, let us look at column 9 for now. Because the action with the 9 seems to have stopped, you can't really mark any 9s into 2 cells in any of the boxes. Oh, okay. And just as I was saying that, I spotted one more 9 that could be placed. So 9 goes here, and that allows us to mark 9 to one of these cells. Okay, 9 is already marked here. Okay, and that's about it with the 9s. So let us go to column 9 now. I have C5 givens 2, 4, 5, 6 and 9. So remaining digits are 1, 3, 7, 8. So this can take all 4 candidates. So just forget about it now. This can only take 3 and 7. So let us just candidate them 3, 7, and this would be 1, 7, 8. So something that we can note down from this column is 3 is in exactly one of these 2 cells. And one more thing is 1 is exactly in one of these 2 cells, right, in that column. So that can combine with an X-wing potentially. So it's important to remember these small things. So I have 2, 6, 8 and 3 and 5 and a 9 marked here. So this must be 1, 4, 7. And 7 cannot be here, right? So that's not a 7, 1 and 4. Okay, so if I look at row 7, I have a 1, 4, 8 triplet. That's beautiful, guys. This is really nice. Because of this 1, 4, 8 triplet, I get 8 in one of these 2 cells, and that's going to give me a 7 here. Nice. That becomes 7, which means this would be a 4, which means this has to be a 1. And now that becomes a 4, 8 pair, and which means this has to take my 1. Beautiful. So that 7 gives a 3 here. Really nice, guys. That was a nice sequence of digits. So I can remove the 7 from here. 3, 6, 9, 2, 4, 5, 7. So this must be 1 and 8. So okay, I got a pair. 1 3 6 8 2 4 5. So this must be 7 and 9. So I'm just tidying up the places where you can quickly write some candidates. So this is going to be a 6 8 pair. Can't take a 4. So let me remove the 6 corner pencil mark. Okay, so this must be 2 4 for the box and 2 is here. So that's a 4, that's a 2. And that 4 gives a 4 here. Beautiful, guys. Superb. Really nice. And look how the Sudoku is progressing now, guys. Still, box 2 is completely empty. Column 1 is almost empty. And now maybe a good place to look would be row 6. You have 6 digits: 3 4 5 7 6 9. So this must be the remaining digits must be 1 2 8, and you have 2 in rows 5 and 6. So 2 goes here, and these two cells must be 1 and 8. And beautiful. So in row box 6 you have 1 8 pair, so that's nice, which means these two cells must be can't be 2 4 6 1 5 8 9, so they must be 3 7, and you have a 3 here, so that's a 3 and that's a 7. And now my focus is on row 6. 2 3 5 4 7 9, so which means the remaining digits along that column must be 1 6 8, and that 3 gives us a 3 here, that's a 3, that is not a 3, so 1 6 and 8. I have 1 and 8 here, guys, so I get a 6 here. That's beautiful. So that's a 6, that's 1 8, and that's 1 8. And now because of this 1 8 pair, I get my 6 here, and which allows me to mark a triplet: 2 4 6 1 3 7. So these must be 5 8 9 for the column. And 5 and 8 in row 3 gives me a 9 here, which means these must be 5 8. Okay, that's nice. So 2 3 4 5 6 and 9. So remaining digits are 1 7 8 in the box, and you have 1 8 here, right? So that must be a 7, which means this must be a 9, that must be a 7, and that must be 1 8. So 1 2 8 3 4 7, these cells must be 5 6 and 9. You have 5 9 here, so that must be a 6, these must be 5 9, and that must be 2 4 for the column. Okay, so I don't have anything much from rows 1 and 2. However, I can look at row 3. I have 3 5 9 1 6 8. So remaining digits are 2 4 7. So let me just mark them. Okay, before that I see 3 in one of these cells, which can be easily resolved. So that's a 3. Sorry. So that's a 3, right? And remaining candidates must be 2 4 7. This must be 2 and 4. And you have 2 4 in column 5, guys. So that's not a 2 4. So that's a 7. Beautiful. So that's 2 and 4. Okay, 2 5 6 7 1 and 3. So these cells must be 4 8 9. And this cell must be 1 6 and 8 for the column, right? For columns 5, this has to take the candidates 1 6 and 8. Am I seeing something here? I'm seeing lots of 1 8 pairs. I actually saw that a few seconds earlier, but wasn't able to see anything meaningful there. So let me just look at these cells for now. I have 3 5 7 9 here, so these must be okay. There are too many candidates there. There is a 2 4 pair here, and can it combine with any of the 4s along the rows or columns? Not really. So I have 3, 5, 6, 9 in column 7 and 1, 4, 8 here. So these must be 2, 7 must be here. Okay, I can mark a 7. Beautiful. Right, so 7 goes here. And that I don't think is enough because we have marked the 7s already. That just gave us one digit. 3, 5, 6 and 7 and 9. So okay, let me make an exception here. I'll just write some more digits here. 1, 2, 4, 8 because rows 1 and 2 are completely empty. So I'll just write those candidates there. Wow, superb guys. That's really nice. That is really nice. So at this point in the Sudoku, if you guys want to pause the video and find the logic yourself, I'd really, encourage you to do so. You can pause the video here and there is a beautiful step at this point in the Sudoku. I'll pause myself for 1 second and then I'll show you the step. Okay. So at this point in the Sudoku, we have skyscraper logic guys. I'm going to clearly explain you what is skyscraper logic. So look at these 4 cells, right? And why have I marked those 4 cells? In column 5, one can go in only one of these 2 cells, right? And in column 9, one can go in only one of these 2 cells. So this is like a distorted X-wing pattern. So an X-wing is something when you have a rectangular pattern wherein the possibility of a digit is restricted to exactly 2 rows and the 2 columns. However, here you can see that the possibility of 1 is restricted to 2 columns but into 3 rows. Instead of 2 rows, it is in 3 rows totally, row 1, row 4 and row 5. So this is like a distorted X-wing pattern. So this is called a skyscraper technique. So what it basically does is that when you have such a pattern out of which one row is common, in this case a row is common, you can have even a column common in some cases. So we can be sure that at least one of these 2 cells will be a 1. Maybe both of the cells are 1, but at least one of them have to be a 1. You can easily see the corollary. If one of these cells is not a 1, what happens? For column 5, this cell becomes 1. And for column 9, this again becomes 1. Right? So which means that at least one of these cells would have to be a 1. Which means that cells which see both of those cells, look at this cell. This is seeing both this cell and this cell, which means this cannot take a 1. If this is a 1, then 1 is removed from both those cells, right? Beautiful logic, absolutely gorgeous piece of logic. So this is called skyscraper and is really powerful in advanced classic Sudokus. We have made many videos on skyscraper techniques earlier in the channel. Please do check out on the playlists. So now we are sure that this is not a 1. So that becomes 8. And which means quickly we get a 1 here and a 1 here, which gives 8 here, which gives 1 here, which gives 8 here, and that 8 gives 8 here, which gives 6 here, and we can complete column 5. So that becomes a 6 now, and that one gives an 8 here. That's nice guys. I didn't really expect a skyscraper here. Beautiful. So 8 is here. So that becomes 8. That becomes 4, which gives a 2 here. Let me just remove the colors now. Okay. And we can complete this box. 3, 6, 8, 2, 5, 7. So which means this has to be 1. And that becomes a 4, 9 pair. Just tidying up the pencil marks a bit. Okay, 5, 8 can be resolved because of this 8. So that becomes 8. That becomes 5. That becomes 5. That becomes 9. That becomes 9. That becomes 4. 4, 2. And now 4 in this box has to go here. 3, 4, 6, 7, 5, 8, 9. Remaining digits are 1 and 2. 1 is here. So that's 1 and that is 2. What an enjoyable Sudoku guys. Really what an enjoyable Sudoku. Right from the aesthetic theme where you saw a beautiful cat shaped givens, this Sudoku is really the perfect Sudoku. So hope you guys had fun watching me solve this classic. Please do let us know your thoughts in the comments under the video, like and comment under the video, and do remember to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you soon with the video. Bye bye.